Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at, well, the performance of the Majin Buu Ultimate Gohan. I almost said Gohan Majin Buu, but the Majin Buu Ultimate Gohan tech unit that's just come out. He is a power absorption or transformation boost category lead of 170% and an extra 30% for characters who belong to artificial life forms or uncontrollable power. In terms of his super attack effect in his base form, he will greatly raise attack and defense for one turn and cause supreme damage to the enemy. In his base form, he has ki +2 attack and defense of 200%, guards all attacks and has an additional attack and defense of 58% when attacking. In terms of the rest, he gets an additional 100% attack and defense and high chance of performing a crit for the first 6 turns from the start of battle. He has a high chance of evasion and launches an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack starting from the 7th turn in battle. Gets an additional attack and defense, he gets an additional attack and chance of performing crit +50% and gives all extreme class allies ki +2. And attacking defense of 50% when there's another power absorption or transformation boost category ally attacking in the same turn. Normal HP remaining when the character receives an attack for the first time. In a turn, the greater the additional defense boost within that turn. We'll cover his transformation before talking about his links and his categories because they remain the same across both of his forms. When you decide to use his active skill, which can be activated from the 6th turn, or if you have a full rotation of margin power units, he will massively raise his attack on his super and also cause immense damage with a high chance of stunning. He has ki +6 attacking defense of 300% and an additional attack of 100% when attacking, damage reduction of 70%, and changes AGL key spheres to TEQ key spheres as well. He also has an additional defense of 40% when receiving an attack and chance of crit of +5% per key sphere obtained. He launches an additional super attack with 3 or more key spheres obtained and launches an additional super attack with 6 or more key spheres obtained. He then launches an additional super attack when the defuse fights his category enemy, and he will recover 30% HP at the end of turn, which is pretty good. Now, in terms of build for this guy, some people might give him evasion. For me personally, he doesn't need the evasion, but generally additionals are what feels alright here. He's got that kind of like built-in crit a little bit because of him having another power absorption or transformation boost category ally in base, and on his transform state, he does also get 5% crit chance per key sphere obtained, which is not bad. It's actually fairly simple for him to get quite a few crit chance, etc. So for me, additionals is the way to go. He massively raises his attack, which you'll see now, or when we get there, is very, very strong and very, very good for him. In terms of link skills, Margin, Big Bad Bosses, Metamorphosis, Shocking Speed, Fear and Faith, Wall Standing Tall and Fierce Battle are his links. A very, very, very Margin-centric link set that I don't think is going to surprise most players. I think a lot of players are going to not be surprised by his, how can I say, like his strength, so to say, or his viability in terms of links. Like margin units have good links, but they also only link really well with margin units. So that's just one of those things. Like realistically, overall. So I think look, in terms of his performance, I think the base form does really well. Attack stats are nothing insane, a very comfortable 10 million, which nowadays is good, but not like the gold standard. But defensively very solid, and obviously gives a lot to the rest of the rotation. You have to always factor that in. The fact that he is giving such a large amount of support to the rest of the rotation is pretty big. Now, of course, on top of all of that as well, you also have his actual transformation, which aligns with his domain skill. Now, his domain does a lot of really, really good stuff. Remember, his domain also increases martial power category units by quite a bit. But basically, realistically, Very, very, very straightforward. I think overall a really solid unit that's executed quite well. He does a lot of really good stuff. Like, he basically, to cut a long story short, supports, crits, damages, tanks, and heals. And much like any of the Majin units now, especially post DZM, their link set and their overall healing capabilities is really helpful. And I think it's something that's incredibly useful and really just aids the team in a ton of ways. So I will say, for me, I find him to be functionally a great unit, and I think there's a lot of incentive to like using him, summoning for him, and just having him in your team. I think he's that missing link that you'll find a lot of the Majin power teams and units need. Like, they need a lot of that really good kind of support, along with also having a unit that can transform, provide a domain, and also just be an absolute force. But yeah, I'd say overall TEQ Buu is really good, and for me is an incredibly reliable, incredibly powerful unit. In terms of his like links and everything, obviously super duper Martian focused, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Remember, super duper Martian focused link sets and things like that are not necessarily bad things. I think for me, like, although it's a very niche link set, I think it's still a niche link set that works well within the guidelines of his team. Remember, he's best on Martian power because of how all of his passives incorporate. So for me, there's definitely an incentive to running him on that team, and thus link leveling him and also using his links is not too hard. He does, of course, have Big Bad Bosses, Shocking Speed, Fear and Faith, and I think that gives him enough that even if you don't want to run him on, like his current team, I think you'll still find that he works pretty well overall. Of course, your ideal goal will be to link him up with the physical LR. Once again, the physical LR Majin Buu gets exactly what he needs at just the right time, and I think this TEQ Buu will really help to push him to a space where he's really solid, and yeah, I think working really well in synergy with the physical LR Buu. But that is pretty much it for me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, bye.